Hey guys, welcome back to another video on It's Wendy's World. I've been working all night long and I'm up early. I just took my son to school and I'm a little bit sleepy still. My eyes are red because I've been crying and praising God this morning. Y'all listen. You have to invoke sometimes yourself the feeling you want to feel. I know my nose is red. Look at all this. I got all these wet paper towels. I even got my rolls. I can keep crying and just being happy. Anyway, because I got a lot of things on my brain and a lot of things I'm believing in God for. And I'm just praising God and just feeling that He's real and tapping into my own personal resources and the things that make me feel connected to Him. And if it's watching documentaries of Christ or if just whatever I need to do, you know. And so I just, it's so important that you surround yourself visually with how you want to be. When our kids or when we're younger, even as adults, whenever we watch a movie or we get this idea of, man, if I could be like that, then we try to mimic that behavior, be that good or bad. We watch things according to that feeling, you know what I mean? So I personally, I'm not saying, hey, self-help, you should do that, but me personally, I think that it's important to invoke the feeling that you want. And because I want to feel more closer to God and more connected to Him and a true follower, you know what I mean? I just really want to just learn myself more. I love that since the day my divorce became final on March the 1st, I just woke up feeling completely different. I haven't put myself out there to want to meet anybody. I enjoy my peace and my quiet. I've developed routines with my son, and I'm not hiding. I just don't want to entertain anybody or anything. And I'm not mean to anyone who compliments me or asks me out. I just tell them I'm grateful, that our spirits got to meet each other. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm not looking for friends or for distractions. You know what I mean? Or like I just got out of a divorce and I don't know what my mind is like right now. This is why we're having a whole conversation. Not just when someone first say, hey, can I get your number? They're like, damn, that's too much to have to hear. Shit. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I'll even go as far as lie and probably say, no, I'm into something right now, or I'm in a relationship because I'm in a relationship with my growth, with myself. I always want to be a better me, and my son having anxiety, and I'm seeking he and I both counseling because I think it's important in my household for therapy. I think that is very helpful, especially for my son to have someone outside of me and his aunties and grandma to talk to. He can feel like it's someone that can be that a biased opinion, or I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. But be able to let him be free to talk. He can talk to mommy all the time, but it's always better when you have a stranger that you can talk to because you can really let it all out. And me going through the life of my marriage, back and forth, leaving my husband back and forth, arguing in the house when I'm trying not to, but someone's yelling at me, and I'm not finna look like no punk ass bitch in front of my son. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not finna hold back. Watch your mouth. Pretty much when you come at me like that, you know what I mean? I'm already bipolar. I don't need that. Don't make me switch my channel, especially having to be in defense mode. I think I'm 6 feet. I think whenever I'm in defense mode, I feel like I'm 6'3" and I weigh about 350 pounds full of muscle. So please, and you cannot tell my adrenaline that I am not that. So I don't be around people who boil my adrenaline in a bad negative way. I need endorphins. I need happy endorphins. You understand what I'm trying to say? So what I'm doing is, I know my eyes look all red and low, but and look, there's still some white in there. I am praising God. I'm watching movies and I'm watching shows and real life events of people who have been blessed and who can feel the spirit and who have been through the grace of God, and they believe in Jesus. People who can really feel, anyway, I just invoke the spirit that you want. the feeling that you want, just watch happy stuff. Be around people who have the same mindset that you're trying to create. You know what I mean? And just be in your peace. Like I said, you know how like my other videos, I'd be like, one day I'll find somebody, and one day I'll find love, and one day this, one day that. Yeah, that's so far on the back burner. I put it back in the refrigerator so I can put it back in the freezer to freeze it back up. I'll unthaw that later. I have a newfound peace that you wake up with that you can't explain after you prayed for it. And you don't come when you think it's going to come, but when it comes, nothing else you need. You don't need nothing else. So invoke the feeling that you want so your spirit can have peace. You know? And it's like, I love my job at Amazon, and I appreciate the Lord for giving me this job, and I enjoy what I do there and the people I work for. However, it's still not my passion. I'm still, waiting for my papers to come in from the mail, so I can celebrate being recertified. I'm waiting on the benefits of possibly being approved for a PPP loan, working with a company, an agency. I had to give them all of my information, all of my tax returns, and show that I had my business before COVID and everything, which I did since 2018. I stopped to go and try to work on my marriage for 4 months. Then when I came back, COVID hit, and the mamas had to go to work. And so I went ahead and went to Amazon, because I was at Budget Suites, got out of there, been in my apartment a year, been at Amazon a year, praise God. But it's like I don't want to work at night in no warehouse. I'm not going to retire from Amazon doing that. I'm tired. Look at my eyes. I'm sleepy and I've been praising God. Because when I get the feeling, I just want to do it. I'm not perfect. However, my love for God is pure. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just love y'all. But when I'm going through something or feeling something, I like to share. And right now, I am wanting to feel more sweeter in my spirit and more happier in my spirit, because I feel a small bit of depression coming in because I'm not happy in where I am. So while changing that, I'm not complaining without changing. It takes a toll on you spiritually and emotionally because you get impatient, but God does things in his own time. So I have to put my trust in the Lord even more so than I am now. And not rely on the physical, not rely on man to do things, but we'll just sit back and relax. Some things out of my control, Everything's out of my control, really. I don't think I can handle is how I respond to stuff, And I'm trying to make sure my disposition and my response is coming from a place to where you feel good after you've talked to me. You feel like I've left you with a positive feeling. And you feel cared for. And you feel like I'm genuinely happy when I see you. And I leave you feeling genuinely good. That's how I want to continue to be. So when I see my babies outside in the streets, people I went to school with, people I'm friends with on Facebook, people my sisters are friends with, period, I'm genuinely happy to see you. Because the Spirit of God is in you. And you make me feel good when I hug you, because I'm hugging something God created. It's like when you have enough money to buy a Picasso. You can't wait to show it off. You know what I mean? And that's how God is when he created us. He can't wait to show us off. But he's even more excited when we pour back into him, which is pouring into our sisters and brothers. Because we are created in his image. You know what I mean? So I'm a follower of Christ. And I'm very, very more spiritual than anything. But my mindset is on Jesus Christ. But I'm very, very spiritual. I believe you get what you put in the universe. And you have to make sure that you have a good harvest. Now, I cuss and I have cocktails. Yes, I do. And I do what I need to do to make me feel relaxed and make sure that I'm good. I don't do anything in excess but love. But today is a day I'm full of spirit and I'm full of worship. And I just want to share a video when I'm at my happiest. I get a lot of people that come in the comments and they have really ugly things to say, but I love you too. And I pray for you. And you can't make me feel like anything because I'm only afraid of God. I'm not afraid of men. Men can't do anything for me. You understand? God covers me, protects me, shields me. He changes people's minds on my behalf. Hello. Hello. You may not get the money you asked for, but he'll hold the bill collectors back for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? You have to think about what you pray for, baby. Get into it. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for clicking on another video randomly of It's Wendy's World. I always take care of you. And I love you. And if you need me, get up in them comments. Bye, babies.